and welcome to another fun-filled episode of Fangirlz Assemble. Joining me all the way from Kentucky, Kristan and Maddie. How are you all doing today?
Hey, we're alive.
Yay.
Good.
We're living.
I do need more light down here, so I apologize that you just see like my face illuminated. And there's some vague books behind me. I always look like I'm just like recording in a dank basement. Like, do I even exist out here, or am I kept down here in a basement?
I like that your books are like mysterious though. And I'm like, what is that? Like I just get to guess.
When I first sat down, I don't know what lighting I sat down. All of a sudden, I'm like, whoa, this is the best lighting ever. Then I got up to get a book, and then now I can't find that lighting anymore.
Should have ever moved.
Auto adjust.
Girl, I know, and I understand the sorrow. It's a struggle. It's a real struggle, you guys.
I mean, I have studio lights. I can literally do like a real rig up, but I'm just like,
Nobody has time for that.
Make the rest of us look bad, Maddie. You can.
How dare you?
I mean, come on. But anyway, before we get started, where can people go and find all the books that we're going to talk about?
Oh, that would be instocktrades.com, where you can get up to 50% off collected editions. You know we love that. And if you order $50 or more, which you guys know I can't not do because I need that free shipping. I need that good free shipping. It's the best.
And it's a free shipping in US after 50.
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
Yeah. So it's and it's also that you can get all kinds of books, Marvel, DC, Dark Horse, Image. Right. All of those for 42 up to 42% off. Sometimes even more. Like for example, now they're having an extra 3% discount for people who have shopped with them for December, January. And that actually ends tonight. And also we do get a special discounted feature deal of the month. Kind of thing, which we'll be announcing later today as well. We're going to be talking about our pick from November today.
It's a hard time with all
announcing our this month's pick today as well. So, you know, you guys, it'll be all fun. So before we get going, that's what we're going to talk about today, right? Giant Days?
Yeah.
Let's show us off the book. Which one was our pick?
That was
Fun.
Giant Days, not on the test edition, volume 1, hardcover.
Right. So mine's over there, and I'm too lazy to go get it. But these two ladies are showing it. So, Kristan, you've been following this from the beginning, correct?
Yes, for too long. No, for long enough, for forever.
How did you get started? Like, how did you find out about it?
I wasn't like a day one issue person, but I don't know how I found out about it. I got really into Lumberjanes, and then I was like, what else from Boom is good? And then somebody mentioned John Allison, and I was like, yeah, I need to read this. And I picked it up at the library. I picked up the first volume, the trade, and it was instantly my favorite thing, and it still is my favorite ongoing series. You all already know that because I talk about it all the time. But you guys have read it now. I know some of you already had, but I think you know why now. Anybody watching, hopefully you guys read it.
And you found out because we kept on telling you about it.
Yeah, and I think I had read volume 1 forever ago because I'd gone through, I guess, Comixology and read the different volumes of like Boom they had. It's always usually like the first volume, right? And then you hope so you'll buy more. So I read the first volume, but that's about it. So I guess that's like the first 3 chapters or something, what they're called, first 3 issues. But yeah, I'm glad that I finally got to read like a substantial amount because what I was left on was like a big kind of a cliffhanger, but not like just a little teaser. It was like, here's this, and I was like, I need to know more. So. Man, I'm glad we picked this hardcover because it gave me an extra excuse to get it. Also, it's just nice.
So nice. It is so nice.
Bitch.
It is nice, but my only complaint about it is only once a year that it comes out.
Yeah, Boom is really slow with their everything. Even the trades are pretty slow. I mean, they're faster than these, but like it's pretty slow.
Right. So that's like the only bad thing about it, that it's like you have to wait a while because the volume 4 hasn't been solicited yet, but we know it's going to be coming.
Hopefully.
It better be coming.
It better be coming.
But
keep buying them, guys.
Yeah, but it's like, so I was actually very hesitant about picking this up because I wasn't quite sure that, you know, a man writing about 3 young women in like how it's going to be not falling into stereotypes and stuff. but I am so glad that I did, because it's so refreshing and so similar yet different, and it's just so much fun.
That's the thing, like, it's one of those, especially if you read something dark and heavy and awful, which we all do pretty much a lot of the time, right? This is something great that you can pick up and you know that you're not going to cry during it. Like, you're not, you know, it's just going to be fun and funny. It is consistently, like, I feel like the humor really holds up no matter what year you read it, too.
Right.
Because I'm like rereading this, and I haven't read this in a few years, probably, like the early stuff. And I'm like, oh, it's still really funny. You know, a lot of humor and humorous books are so dated. And you're like, that's not funny in 2019, but it's still funny because I just think his writing is so good. The conversations between the girls is really like the best part, the characterization. Like, and you mentioned him being man. Well, he said that like all of these characters are parts of him. Like, he is these characters, which is why I think he does it so well. He can really relate to them, and he is a feminist, and you can tell because these are strong, 3 strong women, and even the side characters, they're like everyone's strong and wonderful in their own way.
Right, and the thing is, like, it's not. So what the premise of it is 3 ladies. They're starting university. The first book is like, you know, and it follows their life in university. This is. Yeah, they met up at the first day, and then they decided that they're going to be friends, and it just follows that year 1 of their university, or year 1.5, like, or year half pro.
The first semester, right?
Right.
Yeah, they're each semesters. These books are. This is fall.
Right. So the fall, like, you know, they're just following their life, and then it's also set in England, but you don't. I feel like the adventures in air quotes that they have are not necessarily English specific. Like, you can be from anywhere as long as you have gone to an university, like in a college, university, that kind of life. You know what they're talking about.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Like, honestly, this reminded me so much of my college experience, being on like a small private college with like a very close knit group of friends. I loved this because it felt just like a real thing. You know how you can tell somebody's writing about it's like college experience and they're faking it.
Yeah.
Like, especially with the girls, because it can fall into stereotype territory. Well, girls and boys really can fall into stereotype territory very, very quickly. But this felt pretty honest. This is the type of friends that I had, like kind of experiences that we had, just the kind of mucking about and messing up and doing all this, and it felt really genuine. And man, I love these girls.
I think that's the best like word for it. I think they are so genuine, and the conversations, like, I talk that way. Like, there's not a lot of things I can pick up and read the conversations between people and be like, yeah, that's how I talk to my friends. But like, I feel like I definitely talk to my friends the way they do. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many, like, people can't do dialogue often. And I'm like, that's fake and that's forced and whatever. And it can kind of take you out of it.
Like the stereotypical conversations, or you have Gilmore Girl levels.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And Gilmore Girls I love. It's very witty.
Same,
like,
but no one talks like that, right?
But that's not real life.
Yeah.
As much as I wish I talked like them, I don't. So this kind of just like goofy shit is real life. This is how people talk to one another, especially in college, because they have no idea what they're doing. They're all messing up. Like, I loved. Oh man, not everyone's name stuck with me, so I feel bad talking about this. I apologize.
Esther and
Esther, Susan, and Daisy.
Daisy, yes.
Is Daisy the one with the hair?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when Daisy was talking about her study routine for classes, for tests, it hit me so good because she's like, I do these notes and I condense these notes and I make them into note cards and then I can put them in my mind palace. And I was like, that was me in college. That was me. They are all me. Like every one of them.
So there's like 3 ladies in there, Daisy, Esther, and Suzanne. And even though they're like, you know, all they're very distinct. Like, you know, you may not remember their name because their name is very common name, but you would remember each of their personalities because they are so, like, I feel like they're so similar yet so different. Like, it's and then it's like from page 1. Like, it's like from page 1 you can tell like each of them, you're like, okay, she's this is her thing, that's her thing, and it just go. So like, you know, who would you connect? I feel like you connect a little bit with each one of them, but who do you connect them more?
Oh man, this is a good question because it feels like the new like Sex in the City question, but for comic book readers. It's like, who are you in Giant Days? I feel like I'm more of a Susan, but I think it's because I want to be more of a Susan. But I don't know.
I get that.
Like, because I feel like I just kind of want to stick in my room and I, like, especially in college, I would have held some dumb grudge at some guy. And I would have made it my whole mission of like, listen, no, this guy sucks, and you're all gonna know he sucks, and you better defend me. And at the same time, be like, I changed my mind. Like, he's my boyfriend now. I obviously held a dumb grudge for a dumb reason.
But like, you know, her and McGraw's relationship is my, like, you know, it's one that and McGraw is so dumb.
He is totally my type. Absolutely my type. How cute is he?
He's adorable.
Like when she was talking about everything that was going on with Esther and the list and everything, he's like, my blood is boiling. I'm so upset. I was like, oh, you tall, skinny, hipster mustachioed man. That is exactly my type in college. Oh my gosh.
And also he's like, you know, just going around
that
and
mustache.
He's Mr. Fix-It.
Yeah.
So yeah, but anyway, so you were saying that you're more Susan.
I think so. Well, it's hard, right? Because
you're parts of everyone. That's the problem.
Yeah, if I choose one, it'd be Susan, I think, that I most like. Because she's responsible, but you wouldn't. She seems like she just crawls out from under a rock every day. Like she's like doesn't want to really show everybody. I don't know. I think I'm a Susan. I'm probably a Daisy though, because I'm such a like open-hearted, like honest person. I want to be a Susan, but I'm probably a Daisy who like tries too hard and is a little naive.
Who would you be, Kristan?
Yeah, I think that's the answer that I definitely feel like I feel a connection with Susan too, but also parts of Daisy, and that's the problem. And I mean, Esther is harder in especially the beginning because she is so
Ditzy.
There's so much. It's, you know, she's a big personality, which is great, and I love it. But like, I don't feel that way. But
she's like so much drama going on.
It's a lot.
Yeah, it's not even her own fault, right?
Yeah, it's not her fault. Yeah.
So that's why she's interesting too, because she has it around her, but it's not. She's an interesting character.
She's great, but I don't feel as close of a connection with her. Like, I think we're all gonna pick Susan because like we can feel that anger so much. You know, we can. Even if we don't let it out, we feel that. You know, we get it. As I think any woman can. We're like, we get it. That's right, Susan. You know?
It's like Miss Andrews dumb, but it made me feel better.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, Susan. I get it. You know?
But I guess like I will actually also say the same thing, but I think my connection to Susan was more to do with like understanding what it feels to be in STEM in college.
Mm-hmm.
Like that I connected to that part of her. Like it's like because there is this different kind of like, especially with engineering, there were the different. We didn't necessarily have any social life. There was a lot of like, you know, especially understanding assignments or studying and stuff like that. And there is a bit of that with her too, though it's not necessarily, you know, obviously because of it's a comic book. It's not like all studying or anything. But I feel like there's like a little bit of connection with her, like in the sense like, I understand you. Like, you know, especially I feel like most of her anger stems from all the coursework that she has to do.
Yeah, she's got a lot going on. Yeah.
Compared to others, and I think that makes her more angry. I'm like, I get that. Like, you know, I feel like there's like there's also a skeleton in her room, a literal skeleton because she's studying medicine.
Yeah.
In England, like, you know, you don't have to do 4 years of random crap to become a doctor. You just go into medicine, you know, as normal people will do.
Makes sense. Yeah.
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 Like, so that's what she does. And yeah, it was like a lot of those as well. But what I don't know whether it's actually on this one or it's in a later, because I very quickly read it at the earlier this year. But the thing is, like, as I continue to read it, I kind of continued on and read all three again. So I'm forgetting like where the cutoff happens. There's this one thing, and I was actually thinking about it. I'm like, I want to talk to the other girls about this. It's like our life fails Bechdel test.
Mm.
Yeah, I think that's in the other volume, so we can talk about it though.
Yeah.
But it's not in this one. But it's like, they talk about like, oh, our life is a failure of Bechdel test. I'm like, I could do this.
And that's a good conversation to have though, as like women in the real world. It's like, wait a second, are we passing this? Are we feeling this? We pass because we do talk about other shit.
No, I don't know what
we pass it until you mention the beard.
Yeah, that's true, right? Like, but the thing is, I think it's like the same thing happens to them. It's always Esther who brings up a boy thing, and then they're like, oh my god, and we're like, but then a lot of the time, I was actually thinking about it. I'm like, I'm failing my Bechdel test. Like, so I feel like that was like one of those little nuggets. So the whole series is filled with that, though. It's not like action adventure. It's not like, something weird or creepy happening, or like, it's more like Friends, but in comics, or even not like
just real life going through college, like
a nice slice of life.
One of your life where you're old enough to actually do stuff and be independent, but you've got to there's just decisions that you have to make and things you have to do. One part of volume I want to talk about that I thought was really cool is when Daisy asks that girl out, and she says no. And then later on, she's confronted by Esther, like, "What the hell? Why'd you dog my girl like that?" And she's like, "Why'd you lead her on to think you like girls?" And she's like, "I like girls, but I don't think about Daisy that way." And I really liked that. I think that was a really good moment to have in there, and I would like to see that more comics and more media even. Because it's like, just because this character is also gay doesn't mean that they're gonna like the other gay character. Just because you wouldn't see that about like all the straight characters, or the alien characters, or the black characters. Like, just because this person is like me in this way does not mean that like I'm gonna have feelings for them. It doesn't mean I don't know. That was cool.
That's such a good point, because like so often in comics and books and like you said, any media like that, those two characters are gay, they're going to get together, and they do, and that's not real life.
No. To that point, like, I actually kind of thought about that too. That because I was like, please say no, because how I feel about loving.
Yeah, or insta love. Yeah,
get that shit out of here. No love allowed. But the thing is, no. But to that point, I was actually, because that happens in college, that the people like, I've been on both sides of that, where it's like, I liked someone and they didn't like me back, or I like, someone liked me and I didn't like them back. Like, and that's a good thing to talk about, because it's not like the first person you're gonna meet in college will become your life partner, or you're gonna go on a date. And it was perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And even more, especially for queer people, because you meet like the first person you meet that has the ability to potentially like you back. Like you meet somebody who's also queer, and you're like, oh, so this person, I could be in a relationship with this person possibly. And so sometimes a crush is developed just out of that need to find somebody else that's like you, but it's not a real thing, because you're just like, oh, this person's gay too, I need to like them.
Right.
But that's the same thing as like people being like, I need to be liked, or I need to like somebody, so let me find this relationship, or let me, put this idea onto this person. So it's nice to see something like that in comics, because that's a real thing. Like, it's real college. You're just kind of, drowning in the waters and trying to figure out which direction you need to go and just figure it out. But
and in case of Daisy, because she's still kind of struggling with her sexuality a little bit, so she's not very comfortable in her skin just yet. So I feel like it's a very perfect development, that is like, she's just putting herself out there, and then it just didn't become successful right out of the blue. Like, it takes time.
Yeah, and that's great too.
I also love that she doesn't look like a stereotype either.
Yeah.
Because like, okay, queer woman in a book, you either need to be super femme or you need to be like butch or whatever. But she's just like kind of this dorky girl with like big curly hair, and she's kind of adorable. I'm like, I like this. This is like, look, there's other types besides the two you've given me.
Yeah, right. That's perfect. And I love that, like, going back to her asking the girl out and her saying no, so often you see that too, where like there's someone struggling with their sexuality and they get in a relationship pretty soon into that, and that cures everything, as if that's how it works.
Oh,
like,
right.
Yeah.
Right. Yes, and that's to me. I was kind of. But you brought up a very interesting point about like from the queer point of view. I was looking at it just from like any relationship point of view, especially in like school. It's like, oh yeah, because I was so waiting. I'm like because I was looking for a reason to hate the book, like just
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, I was like, oh, this is it. Oh, they're gonna be together. Of course, they're gonna be together because, oh my god. But then it's like, no, we're not. And I'm like, hooray! This is the best book ever.
And that's a thing.
Yeah, and like for most point, none of their relationships worked out normally for the first book, which is nice. Like, things didn't turn around for Susan until later. Mm-hmm. And that was it's still kind of like a weird one. And it happened very unceremoniously. So it's very real life where it's just like, well, I hated this guy because he turned me down and dated this other girl. But all it took was one dance and a few drinks and whoops, here we are. That's real life.
That stereotype I kind of liked because I feel like if it should be happening, it should happen to Susan. Like she's like kind of
out of everyone, the person who's not looking, who's just like, oh well, shit. Here we are.
Like I feel like she's like the only person that it should happen to. Like it's like she's so weird. Like
she's so just normal person. She's just like. Well, it's so college person, right? She's like, well, I guess I kind of look like a bridge troll today, but I don't care.
Right.
Here we go.
Right. Compared to like Esther, she has like way too much drama. Like so much. Like I feel like there needs to be another spin-off with just her and all the weird things that she does. Like I feel like
I would read that.
Yeah, I feel like she needs her own thing. Like, and then also I'm forgetting the name, Ed McGuinness.
Mm-hmm.
Is it Ed, right? Yeah.
Like, I love Ed.
Yeah, he's like eternally with her and she doesn't even care, like, doesn't even notice or care. That's also another great thing. It's like, oh yeah, he's in love, but she doesn't have to care for that. She's just making
And honestly, it might be best, like, and I've only read the first book, so I know nothing. But honestly, like, it'd be fine if they never got together because that is such college. It's like it's life. It's life, right? So like this super like regular dude who's nice, not like nice guy, but like a nice guy, and he falls for this girl because she's kind of eclectic. She's weird, she's very entertaining. She gives the look of manic pixie dream girl, but she's not one. She's just like she's not really drama. She just looks drama, but she's not. It just happens, and then it just never happens for him. Like, right? It's just like, or maybe he finds somebody else, or he realizes she's just a regular person.
So I want to say so many things because I'm caught up to current issue.
I want to know. I bet they get together. That's fine.
I can tell you the answer to that. I will say it's addressed.
Okay, good.
So eventually you will look forward to that because it is. That's the great thing about the book. They break down every stereotype you think is going to happen.
Good.
To me though, I would rather that me wanting the two characters to get together versus, the storyteller putting them together because that's how the stereotype goes. Like I want them to get together because they're so different.
I feel you there. Yeah.
They're so wildly different.
Well, and Ed is so sweet. He's just
right.
He's a sweet guy.
Like I feel like they deserve, they should find happiness in each other, and if it happens, that's great. That just my fan service would be completed. But it's not. It's not like sometimes there's one I don't want to talk about. I can't talk about this book until a certain point because anyway. But like we're gonna talk about it at one point. Like
I think I know what you're trying to say.
Yeah, I'm not.
I want to read it so bad.
We're not talking about that. But the thing is, like, why are these people together? Oh my god! Please, someone murder the other one. They get together.
This feels like it's Gretchen related because I feel like she's the one, in order to get over the boy who I don't know about, is either get back in a relationship with the boy or overcorrect and date somebody crappy. Just because I'm reflecting on my own dating life in college, I'm just like, Esther, what are you gonna do? I just feel like it's gonna be what's her name? Is Esther? What's her name?
No, it's not from this book. It's a different book.
Oh, it's not from this book.
I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about.
No, Kristan knows what I'm talking
3 words.
Wait,
right?
it's not from
3
not
words.
from this one. Don't talk about that.
Wait, is it not Giant Days?
She's
It's not
referencing
Giant
a
Days?
different book. No.
No, I'm talking about a different book, bringing up the information and like, why are these people together?
Oh.
Like, I didn't feel any reason for these two people to go.
What book?
She'll talk about it after February, I think is what she's saying, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, got it. Yeah.
I'm going to talk about it at a different time. But
I'm catching on.
you're catching on, right? Yeah. The same way, like, every time, like, especially the one that I'm like, oh my God, please make it stop, was Captain America and Sharon Carter. And it's got nothing to do with, like, me wanting to boink him. It's more to do with, like, so cringy. But, that's also another, like, people just like, to what you were talking about, like, these two people, because they're gay or they have something culturally common, now they should be together. The same way, there is a boy and there's a girl, they should be together. Like, but I feel like there is none of that here. Or, it's just like when you want that to happen versus it just happened because that's the only option or that's the stereotype.
Yeah.
I don't even know what we were talking about originally.
Yeah, it's fine. But yeah, I love the art style. I like the way the panels are done. It's so easy to read, and I'm sure it's very easy for the artist to put together because it's just very like simple. There's a bunch of squares.
Yeah, I like the colors too.
Oh, the colors are great. The art's great. Everything. It's just it's so fun. I would love this as a comic. Or a comic. It's a comic. Madelyn, a cartoon. Honestly, I think cartoon. This would be good live action.
So to that point, the artist is actually a Disney animator, right?
Really?
Yeah.
I think just the first artist.
Right, the first artist. So
yeah, she did like Tangled, Wreck-It Ralph, Big Hero 6.
Right. So she is a Disney
first
animator.
6 issues.
And then the next one, I think it becomes someone else. And I did actually miss her, like because the art is kind of different. And
it is different. I will say that you get really used to it, and it gets better and better.
Yeah, you do. So, but the thing is, like, there is like, I'm like, no, bring her back.
I feel that.
I'm forgetting her name. Can someone remind me?
I just had it. Hold on.
Tremaine. What's her name?
Lisa.
Lisa
Tremaine.
Yeah. And then Max Sarin takes over. Max gets better and better. I promise.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I was happy with it. I didn't think it was so much of a dramatic change that I minded. No. I do. If I look back and like with the book in front of me, it's noticeable. But otherwise,
but I know that this is where Kristan and I'm going to have a difference. I do not like John Ellison's art.
Oh, I don't disagree.
I like it, but I mean, it's a very acquired taste. So
Right. Well, it's just so different from like the art that's in the rest of the book. So when you go back to like with the start of everything, it's like, oh,
yeah,
it's like a jarring difference. But if I had started with this, I don't think I would have thought anything about it.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Like if you saw his art beforehand, you may feel different, but maybe not. I mean, a lot of people probably don't like it, but I like the cartooniness.
Right, and the thing is that's the thing. Like I'm kind of, and now there is no way for me to know because I love the stories and love this character so much. But if it was his art the whole time, would I have this? Would I have been? No, I would still love it. It's like because for me the art is a part of it. It's not so bad, but it just.
I feel like the characters trump the art. Like no matter what it looked like, it looks great. I love Max's art, but like
except for Frank quietly, and no, that's not gonna happen. But anyway, yeah. So it was I really enjoyed it. I am actually all caught up to volume 3. So Maddie, obviously you're gonna follow through, like read the rest.
Oh yeah, of course.
I'm actually really telling Kristan the other day. I'm like, is it okay if I just read the rest illegally and then catch up? Because I don't know how long I can wait. Especially just.
Well, you can get a lot on Comixology Unlimited.
Oh really?
Yeah, a lot of the volumes at least, and the volumes go beyond the hardcovers. I think there's more. And then they're starting to add the issues as well. I don't know how much there is on there. And I know you don't have Hoopla, and that sucks because that's how I read it. So.
Right. That's also the thing. Like my library doesn't have Hoopla, and my library
mine doesn't either.
They have like they don't have the trades as well, which was a first for them because they have the kind of hardcover. I'm like, well, how good that does, because I also have those too. So
I'll check Comixology right now.
yeah, I mean that's also another one. Like, you know, I was like, I don't want to wait, and it's
sorry, how many volumes are in each hardcover?
Two, yeah.
Two.
Yeah.
Oh, great! There's more in Comixology. I guess they added a bunch. Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say they've been adding. Yeah, it goes up to 6.
I'm adding them all right now.
Oh yeah, you can read all those. I think the issues may go beyond that.
Wait,
Ooh, they have holiday issues, you guys. They've got holiday stuff.
They're so good, guys. I love those.
So they go up to Comixology Unlimited have up to 6 trades.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, that's up to like 3 hardcovers.
Yeah. So.
Oh yeah.
So
good for me.
Yeah, it's good for her. That's what she's saying. Where do the issues?
Oh, good for you, Maddie.
Oh, so you can.
The issues go up to 33, and that's beyond the hardcovers. So.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah.
Well,
you can do that way.
Okay, so Unlimited has volumes 1 through 6, but you can buy like a discount volume 7, 8, or 9. But it might be better for you just to buy the trades, in-stock trades, and then just like sell them whenever the hardcover comes out.
True.
I do want to do that, but you know the resale value for those is usually. I'm not drowning in money, you guys. Like as much.
No, I understand.
Contrary to popular belief, it's kind of hard to do that. That's one of the reasons most of the time I'm like, just buy trades. I should have just stuck with that.
Yeah. Well, okay, so they're on issue 46, and Comixology has issue 33, and I think they have all of the back from there, so you can read pretty far out.
I think I have to find a way because this waiting is killing me.
And reading them per issue, like this is something that's like really, it's still fun and easy to do, and it's still like a pretty contained story within an issue.
Right.
And that's how I read them now. So
yeah, most of the time it's kind of done because it's slice of life. Or like an issue gets resolved within a day, like, you know, everything that gets resolved, and then there's like a little thing that just carries over. But you know, other than that one time, later it happened. Someone saw someone kissing, and they got very upset, and I'm like, no, you didn't send me there. But yeah, but that was more of a teaser kind of thing. So all right, so it all gets our full approval. This is like,
10 out of 10. I mean, it's
10 out of 10.
Great. And honestly, if we ever get to see John Allison like at a con, I think the 3 of us should cosplay the girls.
Ooh.
I know, right?
Honestly, it'd be super easy to do. And as long as the 3 of us are together, like, we can do a casual outfit and it'll be noticeable.
Am I kind of getting that I'm going to be stuck with Esther because of my hair?
No. You can be Susan.
Yeah, you can have a wig.
No, but
Yeah.
Kristan can be Susan. I feel like Kristan is more Susan.
Fine. Fine, I'll do it. All I need is like a cardigan and a wig.
I can be McGraw too.
I can make Daisy and wear a huge stone wig and big Coke
is
bottle glasses.
Yeah.
But yeah, that would be fun. And then, you know, Elliot can be one of Ed, and
make him Ed.
Oh
Ed
yeah,
can be McGraw. I don't know. We can figure something out. But yeah, this will be kind of fun. We did actually wanted to bring John to the show, but you know, he's busy, so it didn't quite pan out. Like
he's writing a lot of books right now. So
yeah, and then I was like, come on, guy.
Maybe one day.
Someday. Hey, you know, he knows us at least, so someday it will probably happen. But until then, all right. So we do have a giveaway to do. But people, and this is actually from people from Boom Studio who were gracious enough to send us a copy for a giveaway. Can you show off which one?
Volume
You're not
3.
exactly that, because that one is currently sitting in my and it's still kind of boxed up. I didn't even open it. But it's the 3rd volume that they sent us. One of the cool thing is, though, each volume has each of the ladies.
Mm-hmm.
So volume 3, as Kristan is showing off, has
Daisy.
So
that's why it's yellow.
And it's also yellow. I kind of wonder what the next one was gonna be. And is it gonna be McGraw or Ed?
I hope so.
Like, right?
I think this one's it's sad because it's so dark, you know?
Oh yeah. I didn't quite
like this yellow one really pops, so you guys are gonna get a good book, whoever wins this.
Right. So in order for the giveaway, what we decided that we're gonna do, it was in our Instagram and Facebook as well. That's why you should follow us on Instagram because of this. We had this video. Let me see if I can play it. It's I don't know if you can see this, but
in a Roomba. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a video with two cats chatting, and the Roomba shows up, and the other cat just kind of pushes the Roomba away. And the whole competition was, tell us what the cats are talking about. Ooh, oh my god. Okay, tell us what the cats are talking about. So each of us are supposed to pick a winner, and we're gonna do a randomizer and then say. So, Kristan, what's yours?
I can't remember his last name. I'm trying to look now. Gabriel, whatever his name is. I like that one.
Alicia. Gabriel.
Yeah.
Yeah. He mentioned that, hey, look, one of the trolls trying to get into the group, our Facebook group, and then the black cat is like, let me take care of it. So we thought it was
pretty good. That happens a lot.
Yeah, that does happen a lot. And as an admin of the group, I can talk about that for days. Maddie, what's yours?
I picked Raph. I don't know if he's watching.
What was that? I don't recall.
I picked Raph's RAF. I picked.
He did the I think we're alone now thing, right?
Yeah. Oh yes.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
That was pretty funny. So I'm gonna pick because it mentions me, and I'm all about me. So this is from Ryley Smith. He said, I was a black cat, and it says like, oh, I have you now, bearded cap. And then, like, oh, what? Go away, Tony. So the Roomba is Tony. Now, where were we? I liked that.
I think that's good.
Yeah, that's something that has been playing in my mind for a while. So that fact, I mean, what? Anyway, so the idea is like we're just going to put a random name picker. We're going to put them in there and then pick the name. So hang on. Name randomizer. 3 names, so not gonna take too long. So you guys chat. I'm gonna.
Hey, how's it going, Kristan?
Oh, hey, I could start to show off some of these books I got while you do that if you want.
Well,
yeah, I've got some too.
Maddie's got to do it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I haven't been reading as much, but I'm hoping this week I have looks like I'll have some more time and to do stuff and read. So. My next on my read list, which I'm really excited because she's coming to Lexington Toy and Comic Con, is Rose by Meredith Finch. Ooh. I impulse bought these because the art looks really cool, and it looks like it's about this cool, my type of lady, just like sword fighting. It looks kind of like this is the cover, like
nice,
like kind
is
of
that
Viking.
Image?
Yes,
cool.
And so Meredith Finch, who's the writer, who's also wrote, I guess, the end of New 52 Wonder Woman. Mm-hmm. She'll be at Lexington Toy and Comic Con, so I'm going to read this and see if I like it as much as I like the art, and go talk to her about it.
Do let me know how it is, because I've been actually kind of eyeing that.
I have too. I love those covers.
Yeah.
I mean, from what I can tell, the art inside is beautiful. So
is it by Image?
Yeah, it's Image.
Okay.
But it looks pretty nice. I think it looks like my type of book. So I'm eager to jump in.
Her hubby does your origin story Batman. Like, he does the Tom King's Batman. Well, he used to. I don't know if he's doing it.
Who's your husband?
David Finch.
Oh, is he going to be at Lexington Toy and Comic Con too? I think his name was announced.
Feel like he was, yeah.
I think they come together.
That makes sense.
That's so nice.
Yeah. So,
yeah. I love stuff like that. And I don't know if I'll end up there, or the consensus is that we're all trying to move to C2E2, but
yeah.
So currently I'll still be
at Lexington Comic Con. I got the 3 names over here. I was just gonna do it. I don't know if you guys can see it.
I think just tell me. We trust you.
Okay, I just kind of doing a randomizer. I'm sorry, it just, you have to trust me that I've done it right. I didn't put the same name 3 times. You just have to trust me on this. So if I do this, and the winner is Raph.
Yay!
I'll let him know.
Yeah. So we're just have him contact me. Please contact me, Raph, if you're watching, and you just have to pay me the shipping, and I'll ship it off to you. So There you go.
Yay, that's great.
You're
He's
the winner
lovely.
for the
I'm messaging him right now.
volume 3 of what was it?
Giant Days.
Giant Days. Yes, volume 3 of Giant Days, the one that Chris is showing off.
The one we keep talking about. Yeah.
All right. Okay. So
do we want to talk about our next pick
Oh,
before I
yeah.
leave?
Oh,
Or
yeah.
yes, so our January pick, and this is going to be awesome. We're picking. I should have brought this. I actually have this. Motor Girl Omnibus by Terry Jones.
Yay! The hardcover, right?
Who's Terry Jones? No, that's like
Terry Moore.
Terry Moore.
We were like, yay! Wait.
Yeah, by
I'm
Terry.
excited.
Yeah,
love
so it's
Terry
a
Moore.
hardcover, and I've already read the book, and I was in tears. It was so awesome. So I know that you're gonna love this. So it's gonna be up to, it typically goes for 30%, but it's gonna be a 45% off, and the sale will begin 3 p.m. EST on this Tuesday, which is 15th, and will run for a week for the following Tuesday. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. Go check, please. Go to our Instagram and Facebook for the news and for the links as well. I am not sure whether we'll be able to do a giveaway for that. I hope we can, but at least it's gonna be on sale for you guys. So it's a really, really fantastic book. I enjoyed it so much, especially the protagonist is a war vet, an army veteran, which is especially for ladies, it's always you don't hear that story a lot. So if you kind of think about that, it's pretty good. I can't wait for you guys to read this and talk about this. So,
I'm excited.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so that's
So also everybody, sorry, at home, with I guess the next couple of weeks, not next week, probably the week after, maybe after, we're trying to see where we are in our reading schedule, but we're all going to read the Super Sons Omnibus and the Planet Hulk Omnibus. So if you are waiting for an excuse to read those and jump on them, please do, because we're going to talk about them on the show and just kind of go through. I'm really excited because I've been pushing Super Sons nonstop, and also I love Planet Hulk, so I'm pumped. So
yeah, and that is going to be one episode we're not going to pass Bechdel test. That's not going to happen. But that's okay. We love that. I personally, Planet Hulk and World War Hulk together is actually my top, it's in my top 10 list of all time.
that's so good.
I love it so much.
I need the Omnis. I'm so jealous of Kristan and their second and Charles.
Uh-oh.
Oh my god.
Should I show
want
it?
those books so bad. I want them so bad.
$40 whole dollars. Holla.
That is some bullshit. I'm coming home. I'm gonna find an excuse to come to Owensboro and have my I don't know, I have some party or whatever. I'll visit family. I'm just visiting.
And then I'm meeting
Go
you
there
there.
to visit Kristan and cause
Oh yeah, that's true.
We'll just take a trip.
That sounds good to me.
just go for that. All right, okay. So Maddie, back to you. You were showing off your stuff.
Oh yeah. I was just showing off Rose mostly because I bought volumes 1 and 2, my latest IST order. Because I haven't been reading much this week, but I have a lot I'm reading next week. So I'm reading through those, and I just got the most recent volume of Batgirl Rebirth because I've been following that pretty closely. I think it's probably the last volume that she's in her purple outfit, so I'm kind of bummed that they're changing it because I really, really like that one. And yeah, besides that, I'm reading Deadly Class next week.
Ooh.
I guess not really next week, tomorrow. I'm reading it tomorrow.
When is
First
the show coming
21
out?
issues.
When is the show coming out?
You can watch the first episode online right now.
But when is coming out regularly?
I think next week. Maybe somebody in the chat
pretty
knows. I'm pretty
soon,
sure it's
yeah.
coming out next week.
Oh, because I was gonna say that we should do an episode on those two. I have the two over there. Kristan got them as well.
Mm-hmm.
We should do an episode on that too.
We should, because I've read the first one.
And did you like it?
I really enjoyed it. I think it was really well written. It was my first Remender book, so I get the hype. I will say there was so many gross things that I didn't expect, and I was like, oof, every time. And there was some animal abuse that I did not like even the mention of. Thankfully, I didn't see it though, so whatever. Villains, so that's fine, whatever. But it made me cringe a little, but I still really liked it.
Okay. All right. Well, that's like a teaser for you guys. But at some point, we're all three of us going to read it and then talk about it. All right. Okay. What else you got, Maddie?
That's honestly it. I feel so bad because I've been so, like, I was busy and then I had MagFest and I came back and it was just like me adjusting back to work and cleaning. So I have done no reading. But this week will be a lot of reading. Oh, I did. We haven't had time to talk about it, but I did catch up on My Hero Academy with that new Shonen Jump app. So I read all of the manga that's out. And it's been a long time since I've read manga. And it's great. It's really good. Everyone should read My Hero Academy, like for sure.
Nice.
I've only read the first volume, so I need to get that app probably.
Just get that show. Yeah, please.
Yeah.
It's honestly like, it's going to make it so much easier for me to catch up because I do not want to collect manga. I don't. I just like,
It's
there's some I'd like to have,
like
the Naoki Urasawa stuff, like Monster and Pluto and 20th Century Boys. Eventually, I'd like to collect One Piece, but manga, it's like $10 per volume, and it just piles up so quickly, and then it takes so much space, and I just don't have that space, or I could. I don't want to buy another bookshelf for it, so I'd rather just read it legally online. And it's nice to have the opportunity to do so because before, like, you just have to find some random website that's full of pop-ups and hope that doesn't wreck your computer. And then you don't even know if the website's going to stay up. So, like, if you're reading, line by line, like, maybe it's going to be, like, you're like, okay, well, I know that I've read this much, then I'll read these. But then the site's gone because I take it down because it's illegal. To be able to pay just $2 to read manga legally is just, like, so exciting.
Yeah, this is going to change the game here, I think. Like, it's pretty cool.
So I hope they all do that because I would like to read my other manga that way too. Not just shonen stuff, but it is nice to be able to catch up on this and then like use it to read some other shonen series that will definitely have anime that I haven't watched or read just to catch up. So I recommend it. Anyways, that's all my stuff, so everybody else can talk.
Awesome.
I promise next week I'll have more reads.
Awesome. So I know that you have to jump off here shortly. So so I mean it's completely up to you how long,
Yeah, I'll jump out at 9. Sorry guys, I have a friend visiting from Korea. So I don't get to see him today and tomorrow. So I'll jump out like in 12 minutes.
Okay. So before Maddie jumps out, Kristan, show us off your latest haul that you got from
Yeah. Okay. All of these were total bargains, so I had to. Usagi Yojimbo Volume 2. We have Volume 1. And we have that box set from Fantagraphics coming. So, this is Fantagraphics, right? Yeah. And Book 3, because these were dirt cheap. So that's what we got. Pistol Whip by Matt Kinn. Anybody read this? I don't know anything about it.
No, it looks cool.
I just
That's
know
the one I was telling you about, asking you about. Because have you read anything else by Matt Kinn?
I've read 2 volumes of Department H, and I've read 2 volumes of Grass Kings, and I loved both of them.
Okay, because you should read Mind Management.
I want to read that. I plan to.
Mind would be managed. Right? And then also
I'm excited.
He also did Divinity, the only Valiant book I liked.
Okay.
And also Two Sisters, which is near silent, spy thriller. So yeah, so he does he has a lot of good books. That's the one that I was asking you about. Let me know what you think of it. And also X Legacy Legion. You also got that. Sorry, I'm so sorry.
Oh yeah, you're skipping ahead. I got it though.
I know.
Yeah, this was extra great because this book's like $75 cover, and it was like $20. So I'm like stoked. It's a little baby, but I'm excited.
Please let me know how you like it because I love the show.
I will. I've heard good things about the show. I haven't watched it.
Oh, you would love it. Our girl's in it. I assume she's your girl too. I feel like we've talked about Aubrey Plaza.
Oh yeah, she's our girl.
Okay.
I actually tried watching it, but I got bored.
Oh,
it's crazy.
I was stop trying too hard, and it had Dan Stevens, skinny Dan Stevens, even the kind of chubby one you had in Downton Abbey. Still, it didn't have my attention. I was like,
fair.
That's
fair.
It's okay. I mean, it's one of those things.
It happens.
I know for a fact that was one of those not for me, but I understand why I would like it. So anyway, it's not Sabrina. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
The comic, not the
right.
The original graphic novel. I don't think Maddie was in that. No, Maddie was in that episode. Yeah, Maddie.
Yeah, because I kept getting confused.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking about the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, which I hate more than a lot of things.
It's bad.
Anyway, okay, Kristan, what else you got?
Loki, Journey into Mystery.
Oh, yes. That's also another book we should all read.
Yeah, we should. The Old Guardians of the Galaxy by Jim Valentino.
Ooh.
It was so dirt cheap, I had to.
How much was that?
They were okay. A lot of them were 40. This was 40, but on top of everything, I had a $25 off coupon. So like, some of these are free.
Right.
Anyway, they were all over like half cover. So Deadpool and X-Force.
Nice. Omar would say that was a really good pick.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Omar, who's not here.
You gotta have to let me know how that one is as well, because that I've been kind of eyeing that too. But it's one of those things I'm like, unless I get it dirt cheap like you did, I wasn't going out of my way to get that.
Yeah, I was very tempted by a lot of things that I didn't get. But on top of that, just some recent like stuff from the past few months I want to show. The Firefly Legacy Edition paperback by Boom. This is all of the Dark Horse stuff they came out with.
Have you read the Firefly comics?
I think I read like one of them back in the day, but not enough.
Let me know how it is.
I will. And this is a nice little chunker. It's very cute. I like it.
That's nice.
Yeah. So, and it looks nice, but it's a good price. You should check it out. Maybe. I don't know. I'll let you know.
Yeah, let me know.
I also got this Lumberjanes, The Infernal Compass. This is an original graphic novel they came out with. The art is interesting. It's just like a little bit of color. I don't know. I love Lumberjanes, so I'm into it.
So is it not going to get collected in the hardcover?
See, I don't know. They didn't mention that. And, you know, it's so behind the comic that I doubt they're going to put anything else in it right now. I don't know. So I just grabbed it. This was also dirt cheap. So that's what I do, guys. If it's dirt cheap and I know I like it at all, I'm going to get it. It's just like this. Lumberjanes and Gotham Academy. I had never read this and I don't know why. So, and I know it's not collected.
It's really good.
Have you read Gotham Academy though?
I have, and I really liked it. So I'm excited.
You'll like this. It's a really fun crossover.
Yeah, I love maps. So
I am like the only reason I haven't gotten into Lumberjanes as well, because I did not want to get into another Giant Days situation.
Oh, you gotta read Lumberjanes.
You should do it. Yeah, you should just do it.
I'm getting all the hardcovers as they're coming out, but
it may never end. Then what? Then you never read it.
Oh my God, Kristan, what's wrong with you?
That's what happens. It's very popular. I'm not sure it'll ever end.
So it's if there's no plan on ending it?
No.
Oh, dang.
Well, and they're really like, it's just kind of like Giant Days. Like, they're pretty standalone. Giant Days is more linear than Lumberjanes even. So Lumberjanes is even more standalone.
Oh, okay.
You should just read it. It's not going to give you cliffhangers.
Okay. All right. I trust you.
And Maddie, you may like this. I got that volume of Angel and Faith that I didn't know I was missing until that episode we did.
Oh, man. I should have asked you to look for Angel and Faith volumes. Do they have any? There?
I will look there. I actually didn't even look, so I will check it out.
Yeah, keep an eye out for me, because I'll plan a trip. If you see anything, if you go again, you see anything, let me know. I'll PayPal you. I'll come pick them up.
Sounds good. I also had to get, because we got that Mouse Guard box set, I had to pick up the Mouse Guard books. So I got this one. That's the first one. This is the third one. This is like a little short story thing. And then this is the second one.
Nice.
And if you guys haven't looked inside of them, they're just gorgeous. I know you don't have these, but these are all in Comixology Unlimited, but I felt like I needed to have the hardcovers because I'm that person. So
how much was it? Like, where did you get them from?
I got most of them, but from IST. The first one is actually it's going out of print, I guess. So I had to get that from a local comic book shop.
Nice.
Sadly. This is something I have to talk about. This was a Christmas present from my friend Mary, who watches, and you guys know her. She's awesome. I have been looking for this for ages for a decent price.
Darkwing Duck and DuckTales.
That's right. It was a crossover that happened several years ago. This thing is listed on eBay and Amazon, like third-party sellers for over $100 always. This is just a little trade paperback because it's grossly out of print. I don't know. They didn't print a lot of them. I don't know. But she happened to find it for like $15 a list, and it made my life because I've been looking for it and it's never ever listed for a decent price. So Mary, you rock. Thank you.
Man, Mary is such a bro though. Can we talk about Mary? So great.
He rocks.
Shout out to Mary.
Shout out Mary.
Where is this? Like, what publisher is this from?
This is Kaboom, so it's Boom. But like, you know, it's old, and I don't know. I don't understand how these things happen.
Boom and their print runs. My God.
No.
They are not, I don't know. We can talk about that. But I guess it's a business model and what's up, what's not. But there's like so many of their books, like great ones, that one of the ones would be out of print.
Yeah.
Like everything else is in print, one would be out of print. And you're like, wait, what? But anyway, all right.
Oh, Mary's in the chat. Hey, Mary. She said she was an eBay ninja. That's right. She had some notification from eBay saying, hey, this is listed as at a decent price suddenly.
Nice.
Yeah. Patsy Walker, a.k.a. Hellcat, the last one, the third one. Fariha, you didn't love this, did you?
I feel like I remember you childish.
Yeah, like I really like it so far. So
okay.
I'm looking forward to it. You're like, whatever.
Because the thing is, like, she was in the Charles Soule She-Hulk. Well, she's She-Hulk's buddy. So she kind of shows in and out of She-Hulk's story. So she was super funny and then really cool. But I don't know, like something about, I was like, oh my God, what happened to you? Like she wasn't this dumbed down. Like, you know, she got superbly dumbed down, which I was like, what just happened? Like, and the thing is like, come on. She's like she's like, you know, in her late 20s. I'm like, no late 20s should act like that.
Did you read beyond the first volume?
I did up to issue 6. So wherever issue 6.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I felt like it got better in the second volume. But,
okay.
You know,
okay.
whatever.
So it's one of those things I feel like I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
But I can definitely go. But she was so awesome in like Mariko Tamaki's She-Hulk. She was in it as a like, you know, as a friend and everything, and she was so awesome in it. And that's
I'm really liking it. I don't know. I think she's cool. I don't know. Like,
all right, like, you know, she got back to the original what I liked about her in Charles Soule's run. So then I was like, what happened? But anyway, I don't know.
You guys already know about this, but I got this. Yay! I did it. And then Reed and I were out of town for Christmas, and I found the first Spider-Gwen hardcover for really cheap. So I got the second one. I've read the first like few volumes, but I didn't have the hardcovers, and I love it.
Yeah, that's on my list too.
And the last thing,
it's such a good read.
Yeah, I mean it's so fun. It'll probably have an omnibus now that it's ended, but whatever.
Well, no, I'm looking forward to the third or fourth one to read this because I got the first 3. So
yeah, like, I think it should end with a 4th, right?
Yeah, the fourth oversize is solicited for June, so I am really looking forward to that and then reading that.
Good deal. And while I got the Angel and Faith online, I had to grab the Usagi Corpse Delivery Service Volume 3 and 4 Omnis because they are also going out of print. And
okay, so those never got finished, right?
No, and that's what sucks about it. But I had 1 and 2.
Why
so I was like,
I'm in a weird conundrum with them because I want to buy those deluxe ones, but I know they're not going to be done because I was collecting them back in the day. Like when they first came out, and I want them so badly, and I want those deluxes because they're beautiful. The art's beautiful in it, and I'm just like, do I make the jump and just go ahead and buy these even though they'll never be done? I don't know. I
decided to because one, again, they were a really good price, and I want to read it, and I don't want to read it online. So even if it ever ends, I don't know. I decided I already had 2. There's only 4. That's what I did.
So why
they were really cute and nice.
End?
It wasn't all. It didn't all get released in English, right?
Yeah, so I think it's done in Japan. So if I ever go, I'll be back. I'll pick you up. I can pick you up the remaining volumes, even though you can't read them. You can look at.
But I'll have them and look at the pretty pictures.
Yeah. Or have Maddie give you Japanese lesson. Maddie's can speak.
Yeah. I don't know. That honestly, like, I don't even. Like, the things that they talk about in that book are probably way over my level.
Oh, really?
It's just...
Yeah.
It's a lot of, like... It's creepy. Freya, you would never be able to read this book. It is... I mean, it's grotesque.
But it's good.
Yeah.
It's grotesque. How is
It's
Kristan?
Japanese. It's Japanese horror style, so it's like, I mean, limbs cut off and nudity and just like crazy shit.
I mean, it's called Corpse Delivery Service.
Oh,
I love it. It's my kind of thing.
It's pretty
I
good.
have no problem with that. I have a problem if it's only exclusively happening to women. That I have.
Oh no, it's
no, it's everybody.
It's not just women. Yeah, it's everyone.
If it's equal opportunity,
yeah,
I'm okay with that. But
yeah,
it's
you do like murder, right?
You like murder, right?
Like, you know, I'm an equal opportunity, like, you know, equal opportunity balance. There has to be equal
That's
and
fair.
same amount of reaction to every action. Like, you know, for every female character getting, you know, getting violented against, there has to be a male character too. That's my motto. I don't care otherwise. But anyway, all right,
guys, I gotta jump out. I love you. I'll be in for the full episode next week.
All right.
Have a good night.
Good night.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Kristan, what else you got?
That's it. I
Ooh.
did it.
Great. Okay. So now I can show off my stuff.
Yeah.
One of my stuff didn't come today because I was really looking forward to it coming today, but it didn't. But this other stuff came, and we were actually talking about it. Planet Hulk and everything. Look what I got.
Ooh. That's
so
nice.
This is Marvel Gallery. I think Marvel Gallery. Yeah, it is Marvel Gallery. But so my thing about buying statue is it has to be less than 100. And it has to be really interesting. Like, you know, I don't want to see a regular Hulk going, like it doesn't give me much. But this one, I've been eyeing it for so long, and then it showed up in Amazon for like, I think $45. It was going for, like, you know, Amazon
Nice.
sudden deal, and I'm like, I had to have it. And it's like just like, you know, Hulk it's from the Thor Ragnarok, but it's just so, like, just look at the details on this shit. Like,
That's nice.
It's just so amazing, and then it looks exactly like the movie. And I had it staged on, like, you know, on top of my Planet Hulk and World War Hulk. It just perfect. I'm like, this is perfection, because I love that story so much, and having to see this, and this is not like, you know, even if the movie is slightly different, you will see when you read the book, but this part of the book is there. Like, you know, this is like just amazing, and they did a very good job with it. And it also comes with, like, you know, the markers and everything. Like, it's just amazing, and it like just also the details on the ground over here. So
that's nice.
You guys,
do you have a place for it?
Yes, I do. And it's kind of like over there, so I can't show it. And one of the things, though, remember, if you have Kallax, this doesn't fit there. It doesn't fit in Kallax. And it's also, like, because of the sizing and everything, I placed it next to Captain America. Looks huge, giant next to it. I can't believe that.
Yeah.
I mean, it can be next to this Captain America.
Yeah.
Like, that is kind of, you know, size-wise appropriate. Mm-hmm. But the other Captain America I have is like, it's like bigger than this. So I'm like, dang it. So I had to find a new home for this. But it's good. So it's kind of like stands on its own, you know. So
that's awesome.
So there you go. Following that, I got Supreme Blue Rose by Warren Ellis. Someone actually, like, you know, messaged me about this because I do the Kick-Ass Lady series, and I love Warren Ellis. I don't know if you knew about that. And then someone said that, oh, you gotta read this. And I'm like, I must go and get it. So I went and get it.
Is that a one and done?
Huh?
Is that a one and done? Just one? Nice.
Most of his stuff is kind of one and done. This man cannot write more than 6 issues of stuff.
Well, Trees didn't end.
Huh?
Trees didn't end in one volume.
He's writing
2, right? Or is it still going?
Yeah, but he's writing. You know, if you follow him on his what do you call it? Like blog, like what is that thing called? Like
a blog? Does he have a blog?
No. When he sends you an email, like if it's
a newsletter.
Newsletter. If you follow his newsletter, he kind of tells you what he's still working on. So Trees on his list still.
Cool.
So yeah, but this is kind of one of them, and this also another one. I was waiting for. Still on this Hellstorm.
It's a little baby.
Yeah, it's also a baby one, but I got it in a good deal from the group. Ty Trent, I think he's watching the show, but anyway, I got this, and Watchmen Deluxe.
Oh, nice.
So Watchmen is one of my, after Tintin, it was actually my first comic book I read. No, it was the fourth comic book. After, like, Tintin was the first one I read. Then I read Dark Knight Returns after watching Batman Begins and Killing Joke. Then I read this before going and watching the movie and got horribly out, as, like, you know, really mad that, you know, the book didn't match the movie. I'm past that. But anyway, so I was looking for a good version for this to go with my V for Vendetta. So there you go. So
Nice.
This, you know, so I got this, and I also got Hellstorm. So the only reason for me getting Hellstorm, not just it was like a good deal that Ty hooked me up with, but it was also Warren, because you know
My friend Warren.
oh my god. And it's actually posted this on Instagram saying that I have no idea why Marvel decided to put it.
That's great.
So he's so self-aware about these things. I'm like, I'm gonna get this. You know, I'm gonna get this WhatsApp. And I'm actually currently reading Wolverine, Jason Aaron's Wolverine run, and Hellstorm actually shows up there. So, so I'm like,
cool.
I'm gonna find out more about this. So that was that. Then I also got my little wallet, and I was an Amazon ninja about this. Punisher Warzone. It's by Greg Rucka, so this is like the fourth volume of him. For some reason, this goes for like $50. I don't know. It's one of the.
I hate when that happens.
Yeah, it's a little one. I got this for $12. So
nice.
Yeah. With shipping, like, you know, it was one of those things like 9+ shipping. So
nice.
But yeah, so this appeared. So I'm kind of very excited to do a Punisher read through. Starting with Greg Rucka, then I'm gonna do Thunderbolt, Marvel now. Moving on to, I already did Becky Cloonan's, and then anyway, there's a plan. I got a plan. This one, I know I'm gonna cry. Death of Inhumans. I was told that I'm gonna cry, so I'm gonna read this and I'm gonna cry. So it's by Donny Cates. I'm yet to read something that I didn't like by Donny Cates, so I don't know, you know. So I'm gonna cry, you guys.
Let me guess, they die?
How did you figure that out?
Is that confirmed?
Like, how did you figure that out? Listen, when that first came out, I'm like, you can kill all Inhumans for all I care. You cannot touch Kamala Khan. So, you know, because she is an Inhuman. A lot of people often forget that. Like, but anyway, this I'm going to find out. And this is something. So tickets are on sale already. Advance tickets on sale for Captain Marvel. I am like all pumped up about this. So I already got my seat, and for Thursday, 7 p.m., like, you know, the day that before it came out, and I got the seat, and then it sold out. That theater on that day.
Wow. That's awesome.
So excited about this. And my journey begins because last year I did it with Black Panther, and it was amazing to do that, just to see the things that were in the book come alive. I don't know how it's going to happen, but I'm going to start with Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel, Miss Marvel Years by Brian Reed. I don't actually know what era this falls in. 2006. So I think after this ends, she becomes Captain Marvel in Kelly Sue DeConnick.
Okay.
So I got the look at the thickness of this.
I love it.
I
was just thinking that.
So I got like all three of them. Then I got the Kelly Sue's 4 thick trades before. And next week, Life of Captain Marvel also comes out, which I'm going to get. So it's going to be a good
nice
before the movie. So that's kind of, you know, where I am at with this. And I've been actually reading nonstop Jason Aaron. I feel like I need to stop reading nonstop Jason Aaron. Because my first read was a Hulk by him, which was amazing. I don't know why people don't like it. I mean, like it was really fun. They don't
like fun.
I don't know if they're like fun, because it's something that I wanted to talk about in one of the episodes. Is I feel like people just want the same thing all the time, and when it's something different, people get.
And they don't like it. Yeah, that's always it. That's always what it is.
but then again, I'm not a fan of like, you know, a lot of things that
Teenagers.
No, well, my God, what's wrong with them? But like, you know, I'm not a fan of a lot of things that DC done to change their characters. But then again, I feel like those are editorial mandates versus writers' decision. So to me, there's like, you know, because someone's like, oh my God, it became a fan fiction. I'm like, isn't everything a fan fiction now? Because
100%.
original writers are all dead.
Yeah, they're all fanfics.
Yeah, they're all fanfics now. Unless the creator, like the writer created a character, it's fanfiction. That's all it is.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, you know, like whatever. So yeah, so I've been reading that. I finished that. Then I read the Wolverine run. I only have like 4 more issues of that left. And I'm kind of sad about that because I was really enjoying that. I also read She-Hulk by Tamaki, which is amazing. Like, everyone should read that. And that's also one of the things, like, this is one read time. A female superhero is actually trying to overcome a PTSD. Like, and the PTSD got nothing to do with a sexual assault. PTSD got to do with, like, she faced Thanos and failed, which is a legitimate thing to happen, you know? Speaking of, like, it was perfect. And also there are some other things that happens to her and how she's getting over the PTSD, and that's the story about. And to me, I was like, this is the best thing ever. And then also, some people didn't think that was the best thing ever, which I'm like, why? Like, what would you have her do? She was in a freaking coma after that. Like, but anyway, so I read that. That was amazing. I recommend everyone to read that. And then also I read Red She-Hulk by Jeff Parker, which was, it was actually the end of his Hulk run. And I should have read his Hulk run before that because it was a very good story, but I had no idea who this, you know, just the way you guys jumped into Hickman's Avengers and you're like, who these people are. That's what, like, I felt. And she's also a bit ditzy, which is yay for equality because you don't see a lot of ditzy ladies. Like, you know, all the lady superheroes are, I'm tough, you know. But yeah, he's like, I'm tough, but I'm also very dumb. And you're like, okay, like, you need to calm down. But anyway, so, and her, like, you know, so that was something. So I read that. But yeah, so I'm finishing up with Jason Aaron's run, and then, you know, at some point we're going to read Super Sons, Planet Hulk again. I'm also doing reading through all the Marvel Cosmic run with Jess, and we'll be doing review episodes on his show. So
nice.
Tune in for that. So yeah, that's kind of like my plan.
Is there an easy way to read that, the Marvel Cosmic stuff that isn't the omnibus? Like, I know Annihilation has the 2 chunkies, which I have.
Marvel Unlimited.
Yeah, I was gonna say beyond that, like, is that it? Like,
well, the chunky trades, pretty much it.
Yeah, okay.
And
I was hoping they would release the rest in the chunkies, but I never saw that happen.
I think they will for this one because this is very, you know. But I do have the.
Oh, we know. You're like wailing it up behind you.
There, right?
Casual wails.
Yeah, why am I, like, you know, pointing that out? But anyway, this is actually one if you didn't like Hickman's Avengers, I feel like you're gonna have the same reaction to it.
I don't know about Annihilation because I've heard you can kind of just jump into that. I mean, am I wrong?
But the thing is, like, you need to know who the characters are.
I mean, I know who they are.
Okay, but. Like, okay, because I mean, I don't know, because it's like it starts from it you know, you jump in and go. There is no.
Okay, well, I could hate it. We'll see.
I mean, yeah, I'm just saying that in terms of, like, you know, you paying for it and then not liking it.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, that's from that.
Well, I would never get the Omnis ever.
Right. So, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, either if you can get it from Hoopla, I would say that, you know, just read the first one, see how that is, how you're feeling about that.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so it's kind of like, I mean, yeah, but I really enjoyed it. That's one, I read it in 2016. I remember every panel, and I don't hate it.
Oh, wow.
Typically, things I remember every panel of are things I hate, like, hate. But This one, I remember every panel of it, and it's actually very different from the movie. So, like, that's also another. I was kind of shocked by that too. I'm like, oh my god, these Guardians are not that. But
yeah,
but it's pretty interesting. So
cool.
So that's what I'm planning on doing. All right, Kristan, anything else going on that we want to talk about?
I do want to talk about the last thing I fully read. I'm in the middle of a lot of stuff right now. But that would be Upgrade Soul. This is a book. I don't have it. I got it from the library. But it's by Lion Forge, which I read, sheets from. So I kind of blindly picked it up. I really would have a hard time even explaining this book. But it's one that, like, was so bizarre and so crazy, yet so genuine and human that it hurt me. It drained me.
Mm-hmm.
And it was to the point where I was like, how do I give this a star rating? And then I was like, well, it hurts, so I'm going to give it a 5, I guess. Like, that's kind of how I felt. It is very bizarre and messed up. Pretty much the concept is, if I were to try to even explain it, it's really about this older couple. Mm-hmm. There's an older couple, and the wife, the woman, is a doctor, and she's lived a long life and a good life. And her husband, he's been successful at stuff too, like a writer and everything. And he finds out about this experimental underground organization that is trying to do this thing. It's called Upgrade Soul. So it's basically upgrading you from the body you're in and the person you are. So, they're older, and he's like, oh, I found this place, and we can be young again, pretty much. We can be young again, and we can be at the height, physical peak that we never even were. Our memory will be better, like all of this stuff. But it's not legal, of course. Mm-hmm. And they decided to go through with this experimental thing. And they wake up, and of course, things do not go as planned.
Oh my god.
And it's kind of horrifying. Kind of a lot of horrifying. And it was one of those things, though, I could not put down. And I was like, what's going to happen? What is this? What is happening? I won't give it away, but that's where I kind of end there. I'm like, I don't know how to explain this anymore. And the art was kind of grotesque, but like it worked with it. I'm not putting down the artist, but it was kind of like it worked with it. Like, especially all the wrinkles and the old people and stuff. Oh my gosh. It was crazy, though. It drained me. And I recommend someone to if people should read it. Pick up your library. I don't know if I would say blind buy it, because it's crazy. But I've never read anything like it. So that alone makes me be like, maybe you guys should check it out, because it is something that you'll feel like, what did I just go through when you finish it?
Who's the writer?
Let me check, because I don't remember. I have it on Goodreads. Ezra Clayton Daniels.
Ooh, okay. And it's a graphic novel, original graphic novel, or it's like okay.
Yeah, to my knowledge, yeah. And it ends there.
I'm intrigued by it. Upgrade Soul. This is kind of like a similar plot of Forever War by I don't remember his name either. But it's pretty much like, old people getting a new body and getting to live. But in Forever War, you have to be part of the war. Like, you have to be sign up for the army. And then either if you live, you're fine, you get to keep the body and you're good to go. But if you're dead, well, you're dead. Like, but you get to, it's pretty much like it's kind of like a similar, like from that, but I don't know. I haven't read this, so it probably goes nowhere near.
Well, again, I'll say the experiment does not go as they thought it would.
Okay.
It's crazy. So. It's just, again, it's one of those things that, like, I feel like is going to stay with me. And I don't even know if it's because I loved it. It's more so it just got me. It got to me. You know what I mean?
Right.
It kind of bothered me.
I like the idea of that. And especially the premise seems like something that, you've never read before. It's a very unique concept.
That's the thing more than anything. Yeah. I feel like it's haunting me.
Right.
Like I read this and now it's haunting me. That's how I feel.
Oh my God. If you want to be haunted, I can tell you about some books. But let me find the list. Some of them have haunted me, like, and not in the gross way, like more in like, oh my God, what? Like, So yeah.
That would be a good list to do for a future thing.
Say that again?
That would be a good list to do for like a future thing. Like these books like bothered us from now until the end of time kind of thing. Like
yeah, but I feel like my brain just puts them away.
You're like, go away, bye. Yeah, no, I hear that. I hear that.
Like, it becomes one of those things. I'm like, like like, it's not gross bad, but it's also not good feeling.
Sure.
That
and makes sense.
That's when something.
The other thing I will recommend that I read was the first volume of the Adventure Time comics, and that is different from Adventure Time comics, like for the show. This is separate. It's like just a big anthology of short stories by different people that we all know and love. Like, so it's a lot of writers and artists that you will be familiar with. If you haven't read the show, maybe you won't care, or if you haven't watched it. But like Katie Cook does a thing. I think Becky Cloonan wrote one of them. Like, a lot of people that like you've heard of that. And it was really fun. They're all in like Comixology Unlimited, which is where I'm reading them. So
okay, nice. Yeah, I'm gonna go check that out. Not the Adventure Time, but the Upgrade Soul.
I'd be curious what you think about that.
I don't know.
It's intense. I like even thinking about it makes me go like I feel like I'm drained again. I'm like, oh, that book.
Oh my god, those are the worst.
It's a lot. It's a whole lot. Yeah, it's intense.
Like that's the same reason I don't want to watch Bird Box yet.
Because well, then you may not want to read it. I don't know. You may not.
Like no, I mean the thing. I feel like if I watch something that stays with me, something disturbing that stays with me longer versus if I read something disturbing.
That makes sense.
Like,
yeah.
So
even the visuals, though, because that's the thing. Like, there's a lot of visuals in it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. So I guess that will be your pick of the week then.
I think it will be because it hurt me.
Upgrade Soul.
Upgrade Soul.
So my pick of the week. It's grossly out of print. Out of print, but the thick, chunky trades are out there. Wolverine and the X-Men.
Oh yeah, I have that.
Oh, have you read it?
I have not. I've wondered if I can just jump into it. Can I?
No.
No, you said no. I know, because that's the problem. Like, because the other, like, there's one era and one out of print, right? So I'm like, what do I do with this?
No. So I'll help you out with that because you just read X-Men Schism. Schism. How do you say it?
Schism, I think. Yeah.
Schism. Okay. Yeah. X-Men Schism. X-Men Divide. Okay, you guys. It's an easier thing to say. Just read that six issues and then read that, and then AVX, like X-Men, the 12-issue run. So that kind of happens concurrently in the middle, and then they go back to being like it's linear.
Okay.
So I am not a very big fan of X-Men. Nothing against them. I just whatever. And this is something I actually want to talk about in one of the shows, like how the fans of X-Men accepted those movies, because the movies and the book are completely different so much. Like it's not even by their spirit is the same. I don't know. I mean, I
think for me, like especially when the first one came out, I was like 10. And I loved it. And that got me into X-Men. You know what I mean? So, and yeah, I know that movie's not great, but like now I have nostalgic feelings about it. And it makes me want to, you know what I mean?
You were actually a good person to talk to about this because you were reading X-Men. Like, did you read the comics before the books?
Comics before the books? Before the movie? Is that what you mean?
That's what I meant.
No, see, I watched the movie before I read any comic. Okay. But it made me want to go read the comics. But I was a kid, so.
Yeah, that's true.
I was a kid.
Because I mean, now that I read a couple of comics and stuff after watching the movie later, way later though, and I'm like, this is nothing like the movie. What's happening right now? Like in movies, Cyclops is not a thing. Like as far as I remember, he's just a pretty face. But in the books, he's like a big time leader and everything.
I mean, he's a leader in the movies. I mean, it depends on which ones, I guess, but. I don't know. They're also historically not the best movies. Like no one really loves.
But anyway, whatever. I don't care. Like a topic for another day. But like I'm reading X-Men Wolverine and X-Men, and frankly, honestly, I like the teenagers in that book.
Wow.
Like this is that huge.
Wow.
Like the teenagers in the book, I'm like, you guys are okay. Like,
That's pretty good. That's good. That's high praise for you.
And one of them is actually like, you want to choke that little shit. But he won me over. Like, I'm like, oh my God!
Nice.
Like, like, you know, high pitched. So yeah, so I'm kind of finishing that, and so the thick chunks are out there, and it's like one of those. It has like, they have a lot of actions, a lot of things going on, but they also have a lot of funny things happening at the same time. And you know how to run a school, and Wolverine is a headmaster, and everyone's like, what? Like, you know, so there's a lot of that too. But and then also like a lot of things that happen behind the scene, and every like adventure is actually like, there's like a one shots in the middle that stops everything, and then them just having regular things, regular time and everything, and then it comes back again. So it's kind of like, it has a good pacing. AVX kind of ruins it a little bit because it's like, you know, event tie-in. So, and I kind of understand because it's all the people, same people, and it's one of those, AVX was one of those, like, I think I'm in the minority that I like it. I don't know whether that's popular or not. I really like that event. And then when I was reading, I'm like, oh yeah, I know that happened. Oh, that's happening. So it's like a little bit of that too. Like a lot of high pitch, like, oh! So,
well, now I have to read it.
Yeah, and then I have like the last. They also have the villains who are tweens, so that was hilarious.
That's great.
Because it's like, you know, teens. Those teenagers are the worst, though. Like, you know, as far as my hatred for teenagers go. But anyway, so I kind of really enjoyed that. And so yeah, so even though the omnibus is out of print, the two thick chunky trades are in. So, and I'm kind of sad because I have only 5 more issues to go, and then it will be over. I'm like, oh no. And so yeah, so I'm kind of reading through that. So that's kind of gonna be my pick of the week for this week. And you can find all the books that we talked about in instocktrades.com, where you can get most DC, Marvel, Image, and Dark Horse up to 42% off, and the rest of them are anywhere between 20 to 30% off. Free shipping to United States for $50 and more. And starting this Tuesday for 1 week, you will have Motor Girl Omnibus, the hardcover, for 45% off, which is typically for 30% off. And keep an eye out because there might be some interesting news regarding that coming up. So
you want to get it and read it.
Yeah, so you should. And also, we haven't gotten a confirmation yet, but we will have a guest next week. So we're just trying to figure out the timing and everything, but it will be announced on our Instagram, which is at Fangirlz with a Z Assemble, or in the Facebook group, Omnibus Collectors Facebook group. So tune in to either to kind of keep an eye out for that. And that's it. Anything else, Kristan?
I think that's it. Congrats to Raph, who is now in the chat. So you won a thing. Yay.
Yay. Yes. So
let me show it again. Yay. We gave this away.
Yeah. So we're going to I'm going to just send me a quick message and over Facebook, and we will take care of that for you. All right. Awesome. Stay warm. Stay safe. See you all next week.
Bye.
Bye.